Hey everyone, it's CC. Excuse my vacuum cleaner back there. I had a feather explosion in my bedroom this week and I'm just vacuuming constantly. I'm doing this Get Ready With Me. I've kind of done my whole face foundation. I used the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which is the pearlized one on my face, and then I used the Josie Moran Vibrancy Foundation. I'm in the shade Supernatural RG10, and I have a little bit of my It Cosmetics bronzer on. I have quite the cold going on, and it is doing some pretty good raining out there today. But I got a couple makeup items, actually just two, that are things that I've been wanting for a very long time. One was definitely limited edition and has come back, and the other one's limited edition but still available. Number one, Lorac Mega Pro 1. Love, this is my first time using this, but I've been wanting this since it came out years ago. What has it been, like 3 years now? And you know, at first it was only available on Lorac's site, and then it sold out very, very quickly, and then it came back again, just Lorac's site. Excuse me, I'm really suffering here. Got a little bit of a drink here. Excuse me. It's I don't know. I've had this cold allergy thing now for about a week, and it's kind of driving me crazy. Anyway, number two is the Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette from Hourglass, and this is in like the silver casing, and this is it. So we'll be using these products today. They're, this one's still available. I actually picked it up at my Sephora last week or the week before. They had to look for it in the back for me, but yeah. So I think we're gonna go, I'm really tempted to go into, of course, the burgundies in this palette, but I am gonna keep everything else, I think, a little bit lighter. I'm really tempted to go into these cool purpley shades in here, but I think we're gonna leave it to a little bit more of a neutral look right now, and maybe we'll bring this back out. So I think I'm going to start with Camel as my transition shade. If you have this palette, maybe you want to follow along and see what happens here. So we just tap it off a little bit. I like to go high with my transition shade because of a hooded lid situation. The last couple days I have been using my New Face again, and I really do see a difference with that. I'm wondering if you guys might like to see a video with that. See how that, you know, works out for us. I actually tried to film one yesterday and it wasn't working out. I have time to do about half my face, and then you can, you know, see how it works. But honestly, I really think it's just a really nice product, and I bought mine a few years ago, so it's not new to me, but I haven't used it in a little bit. So we're gonna keep this. Let's see, I feel like copper is going really well with Camel. I'll probably go into sienna as well. So yeah, copper's probably a shade that I normally wouldn't go towards because I do like cooler golds, and coppers normally aren't my thing, but I don't mind wearing them, and I think I can make them look, make them work. These shades just, I mean, no work at all. Using my Vera Mona Color Switch Sephora with this. And then I'm taking a smaller detail brush for the outer corner. Oh, you guys, this is terrible. And today I think I am going to stay a little bit more neutral and just go into maroon, which right here. And you could see the other two berry shades up in here, which are a little bit more definite berries. And boy, I hope we can see this. Both of us, me applying and you seeing it applied. I know my get ready with me's aren't necessarily probably the best camera work ever, but really this is what I got working for me. So I think I'm going to keep the look pretty simple. I'd probably go, let's see, back into camel. Little touch. Yeah, I think that's probably all I need here. Just a little bit of a blend. I'm going to look a little bit closer in here. Ooh, I do have some definite fallout there. Just kind of why I semi-baked under my eye. Ooh-wee. Just on one side. That's, you know, it's kind of to be expected with the Lorac shadows. Kind of a pretty neutral look. The copper is a little bit of a standout brighter color. Now as I'm looking a little bit closer at it. A little bit of a brightness in that copper. And the maroon is pretty darn neutral there. Let's see what we can take underneath my eye. I have this It Cosmetics. Can't tell what kind of brush it is, but under eye smudger brush, definitely. And we'll go back in camel, because I think that's a nice brightening color. Smudge that under the eye. Sorry, you can only see a little bit here. You guys, I've been wanting this palette, you know, since it came out, as I said. And it just was so limited. And then this past President's Day, it well, it came back like before Christmas or something like that to Lorac.com. And I was like, hey, you know, I really can't spend the money on myself. This is the time for presents. So I thought I missed it again. And I'm gonna take some espresso, which is this deep, dusty brown in the top right corner, and use that as a little upper lash line liner. Maybe bring it down a little bit too. But President's Day, they brought it back for half price. So I got this for $29, I think, instead of $59. Free shipping from Lorac. No tax. It was just, you know, like the $29.50 or whatever it was. Just a half price mark. I thought that was just so great. So this ended up kind of being my Valentine's Day present. As was that Becca kit from QVC. But I'm really just thrilled to have this. And I don't think I'm really in the mood to go crazy with my color today. But this is definitely a widely, very neutral palette. you know, with some pops of color, and the pops tend to go cool, which is kind of cool. Oh. Kind of cool. So this is kind of the eye look we're getting toward. Hopefully I'll be able to finish everything up here. I didn't put any blush on. I have really been enjoying this LA Lights Smashbox palette. Whoops. It was a Christmas palette from last year from Smashbox. And I've really been enjoying that, so I'm going to bring that out again today. And then we're going to add that metallic strobe highlight from Hourglass. I think we have a nice simple look today on our eyes, which generally I like. You know, I tend to go for more color and everything, but we are heading towards spring, and that's really when I like to get a little bit more color. So I thought I'd go pretty neutral today. And I kind of like to add my color in, I would say, kind of a neutral way myself. That was a quick mascara application just to show you. But this palette has really kind of been one of my favorites. This bronzer right here is nice. It's not my perfect color, but it's nice. And I love this berry. I love the deeper shades. I love this rusty orange, and that's what we're going to use today since we went neutral. One of my favorite brushes is actually falling apart from Tarte Cosmetics, and it came with a blush, obviously, but it is just such a good blush brush. So try to apply my blush slightly higher just to get that lifted look. And I have a slightly lifted look due to the New Face usage, and but I did not use it today. Alright, so that's the blush. And then next, you guys, this palette is just absolutely gorgeous. I was a little bit afraid of it because it is so metallic, but it is soft and bright and just beautiful. So with that, I am going to go into the gold shade in the middle. So we have absolute strobe light, pure strobe light, and lucent strobe light. And probably the lucent is my favorite shade in it. Totally. But I'm able to use them all. And I think this one's great. So I learned for my skin just to go and do that kind of upper ball of cheek highlight and then kind of bring it back. Okay, and then we are going to go into the inner corner of the eye with that same gold shade, and this is just perfect. Blend it out. This is a Real Techniques like detail brush, and I know I don't really have a lip on, but I have some lip on. And then my last step, to blend this highlight in and the under eye, baking. Normally I don't bake, but I wanted to make sure I had something there. So I just spray a little bit of a setting spray, and in this case it's a Smashbox primer water on my beauty blender after I've used it, and just kind of dab it over there, and it just gives it really such a pretty look. Let's see if I can get rid of these lights. And there's that. So thanks for joining me for my favorite new products that I've wanted for so long. They're new to me, but I'm sure they're a throwback to some of you. And I'm so thrilled to, be able to have them in my collection. And let's see. I'm going to turn this light off before I have to turn the camera off so you can maybe see a little bit more. Thanks for joining me for this look. Again, you guys, comment below. I love talking to you. And please subscribe to my channel. Trying to get to 50 still. Trying to get to 50 subscribers. I laugh at myself because I think it's funny. But I had a few people subscribe, and I thank you so much. And I'm just trying to get to 50, and then, maybe someday to 100. Thanks for joining me, guys.